Hello everyone and welcome to the part 2 in your Photoshop training. My name is TJ Style and this is School Make Graphics. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to work with the navigation in Adobe Photoshop. Alright, so navigation is a kind of a confusing process in Photoshop because there are so many keys and I'm going to show you all of them, and in the end I'm going to give you my recommendation as to what you should be using and what you should not be using. Alright, so the first thing first, the keyboard shortcuts are actually a setting that you can do in Adobe Photoshop now in CS6 and in CC is to go to Edit, go to Preferences, and then go to File Handling, and I actually not go back to General, and there is going to be a setting which says Zoom with Scroll Wheel. If you click on that and click OK, you can see that now your zoom in is available with your mouse scroll wheel. So if you have a 3-button mouse, you can use your scroll wheel for moving around. And this is great. But honestly, I don't use this thing anymore. Before, when I had started learning Photoshop and I was a new beginner, I was using this, but I don't I don't feel very comfortable using this anymore. And I'm going to show you what other techniques that I've replaced this with. And awesome people, there is nothing like beginners use this or advanced people use this. There's nothing like that. The only reason why I discontinued, or I'm not using this technique anymore is because I feel that it doesn't give me that much control and it's not all that fast. But if you want to use it, go right ahead. So the keyboard shortcut, okay, so the first thing is to use your mouse wheel. That's the first way of navigating. You can, zoom into different parts of the image, whether you're doing skin retouching or you're doing matte paintings. This is a great way of moving around in Photoshop. Next thing would be to use a keyboard shortcut that is Control plus and Control minus. Control plus zooms in, and you can see right now, awesome people, that Control plus zooms in proper increments. You can see that on your left hand side lower part over here. You can see that there's 16% right now. If I was to press Control plus, it just goes to 25. I cannot make this go to 20, and I cannot make it go to 12. It is always going to move in these fixed increments. So that's one thing that I would like to, like for you to know. And Control plus basically zooms in, and Control minus zooms out. Next thing is Control 0. Control 0 is used a lot, at least a lot by me. And basically what it does is fit your work on screen. So this is basically fit in view. And the reason why I say this is so important is because when you're doing very detailed work, whether you're doing masking, skin retouching, matte painting, or digital painting, you're going to be, like dealing with a very small part of the image. And now if you want to look at how the image looks on the whole, instead of zooming out with the scroll wheel, which is like this, let's say if you're working over here, you have to zoom out like that, and it's not a very efficient way of doing that. So the keyboard shortcut would be Control 0. And actually, let me show you how to change this to an even better keyboard shortcut. Now, this is my personal recommendation. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. There is no hard and fast rule that you just have to do it. So anyways, go to Edit menu and then go to Keyboard Shortcuts. And then in here, there's going to be a setting called View. Go under View and basically look under the Shortcuts tab where it says Control 0, which is going to be Fit on Screen. Click on that and change that to Control Alt 1. You just basically have to press this Control Alt 1 and click OK, and that has basically, that shortcut has been exchanged with your new one. So this is a lot better, and the reason why I tell you that it's a lot better is because of this, is because of the next keyboard shortcut, which is zoom to 100%, which is Control 1. So if you do Control 1, you're going to go to 100%. And the reason why I say this is so important is because it's very important for you to look at your work at 100% zoom in. 100% zoom in is how your work is going to appear on print or on video. And this is very important because a lot of people are working like this and they think that their work looks good, but when you go into 100%, it's not all that great. So this is a very important keyboard shortcut. So Control 1 for zooming into 100% and Control Alt 1 for zooming into fit in view, so just so you can see your entire image. So those two are very important. They go hand in hand. And this is a new type of keyboard shortcut that I wouldn't say I have invented, but I think this was added in CS6, and this is how it works. And I mean, here's how it works. you basically are replacing control plus and minus now, because see, I am a right-handed person. Like, I use my mouse with the right hand, and I basically use my left hand for doing all my keyboard shortcuts. So it's a little difficult for me to go back from WASD style to control plus, which is all the way on the right. So that's a little time consuming, and it gets a little in the way. So what you can do is, instead of using control plus and minus, which are by the way great keyboard shortcuts, if you want to use them, go for it. But if you don't want to use them, here is an alternative. Control space bar and then do your left mouse click. And that is basically going to go zoom in. You can hold on the space bar for getting your hand tool and move around now like this. And if you want to zoom back out, Control Alt Spacebar. So you have to hold on Control Alt Spacebar. That's going to give you this minus magnification. And now if you click, you're going to zoom back out. So Control Spacebar, that's going to zoom you in. Control Alt Spacebar, that's going to zoom you out. So I personally would recommend you changing that keyboard shortcut to Control Alt 1, Control 1. These two are very important keyboard shortcuts. And for zooming in and out, I would say go for Control Spacebar key, because this is a lot quicker. According to me, again, personally, this is what I feel. And if you don't want to use this, then Control plus and Control minus and the scroll wheel option is always there for you. So thank you for watching my video. My name is TJ Style. Please subscribe to Cool Make Graphics, and thank you for watching this video. I will see you all next time. Take care everyone, and I'll see you there.